Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will be presenting our financial planning report on the topic credit card debt among youth. In today's digital era, credit cards have become a convenient payment method for many young adults. However, the ease of cashless spending, online shopping and buy now pay later services has also led to increase in credit card debt among youth. Many young working adults struggle to manage their financials because they rely on credit cards for daily expenses and often make only the minimum monthly payment. As a result, high interest charges continue to accumulate, creating financial stress and making it difficult to achieve future financial goals. To better understand this issue, we have developed a realistic client profile, which is Nur Binti Ahmad, a 25-year-old administrative executive. Although she earns a stable monthly income, she faces financial challenges due to overspending, credit card debt, and limited savings. In this presentation, we will analyze her financial situation and provide practical recommendations in 6 key areas, which is debt management, saving goals, insurance planning, retirement planning, tax planning, and estate planning. This recommendation aims to help her reduce her debt, improve financial stability, and achieve long-term financial stability. Before we discuss the financial planning recommendation, let me introduce our client profile. Our client is Nur Binti Ahmad, a 25-year-old administrative executive working at a private company in Shah Alam. She represents many young working adults in Malaysia who are facing challenges in managing credit card debt. At the age of 25, Nur has recently started her career after completing her bachelor's degree in business administration. Like many fresh graduates, she is building her career while adapting the responsibility of independent living. She earns a gross monthly salary of Rm3,500. Although this provides a stable income, it is not sufficient to cover all her expenses comfortably because she has several financial commitments. Of her family status, Nur is single and lives alone in a rented apartment in Shah Alam. Even though she does not have children or dependents, she still provides Rm300 to Rm500 every month to support her parents. This reflects the reality of many young adults who not only manage their own living expenses but also contribute financially to their families.
The first issue is high dependence on credit cards. Nur frequently uses her credit card not only for essential expenses such as grocery and transportation, but also for non-essential purchases like online shopping and entertainment. In addition, she only pays the minimum monthly repayment, which causes interest charges to accumulate and increases her outstanding balance over time. The second problem is her limited disposable income. Out of her 3,500 monthly income, she spent 3,200 ringgit on living expenses. This leaves her only 3,000 ringgit each month, which is insufficient for savings, emergency funds, and unexpected expenses. As a result, she often relies on her credit cards whenever additional expenses arise. Another issue is poor spending control. She spends a significant amount of entertainment and online shopping, making impulse purchases that are not essential. While these expenses may seem small individually, they gradually affect her financial stability. Finally, Nur is managing multiple debt commitments, including 8,500 ringgit in credit card debt, 6,000 ringgit in personal loan, and 12,000 ringgit in PTPTN loans, bring her total debt to 26,500 ringgit. Managing several debts at the same time increases her financial burden and makes it more difficult to achieve financial security. To improve her financial situation, we have identified both short-term and long-term financial goals. Moving on to Nur financial goals, she hopes to improve her overall financial well-being through better financial management. In the short term, her main goals are to reduce her credit card debts, build a 3-month emergency fund, reduce unnecessary spending, and pay more than the minimum credit card repayment to avoid excessive interest charges. Looking at her long-term goals, Nur aims to become debt-free, save at least 20% of her monthly incomes, improve her credit score, and start investing for her retirement. Achieving this goal will help her become more financially secure and independent in the future. Next, let's talk about Nur Aisyah lifestyle habits, as this played an important role in explaining why experience credit card debts. Firstly, her spending behavior shows that she frequently shops online, especially during promotional events such as payday sales and online shopping campaign. She often purchases clothing, beauty product and unessential items, and many of these purchases are made impulsively without careful financial planning. Secondly, her social and leisure lifestyle also contributes to her spending. She regularly goes out with friends for meals, cafe visit and other entertainment activities. She spends RM450 every month on leisure activities, which significantly reduces the amount of money available for savings. Another important habit is her credit card usage. Instead of using cash or a debit card, she prefers using her credit card for many daily expenses because it is more convenient and offers cashback rewards and installment payment option. However, she usually pay only the minimum monthly repayment, causing interest charges to increase over time. In terms of financial management, Nur Aisyah does not prepare a consistent monthly budget and rarely track her daily expenses. Because she does not closely monitor her spending, she often exceeds her budget and depends on her credit card whenever her cash flow becomes tight. Her saving behavior is also a concern, since she only has around RM3,000 remaining after paying her monthly expenses. She has been unable to build an emergency fund. This means that any unexpected financial emergency may force her to rely on her credit card again, creating a continuous circle of debt. Finally, although Nur Aisyah wants to become financially independent and recognize the need to improve her financial habits, she still prioritizes short-term ones over long-term financial goals. With better budgeting, stronger financial discipline, and more responsible credit card usage, she can gradually reduce her debt and achieve greater financial stability. This client profile reflects the financial challenges faced many young adults today: high overspending, poor financial planning, and heavy reliance on credit card contributes to increased debt.
Assalamualaikum, my name is ILYANA binti Abdullah. So I will be presenting about the debt management plan for our client, which is Nur Aisyah binti Ahmad. So firstly, the main financial issue faced by Nur Aisyah is her high credit card debt of RM8,500 together with a personal loan and a PTPTN loan. Although she has a stable monthly income, she's frequently used her credit card for daily expenses and online shopping while only making the minimum monthly payment. This has caused high interest charge and increased her overall debt burden. To address this issue, we recommend using the debt avalanche method, which is the strategy focused on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, which is the credit card debt. At the same time, she should continue making the required payments for her personal loan and PTPTN loan. Once the credit card debt is fully settled, she can focus on repaying the personal loan and followed by the PTPTN loan. In addition, Nur Aisyah should reduce unnecessary spending, especially on entertainment and online shopping, so that more money can be allocated towards debt repayment. If no action is taken, she may face higher interest charge, increased financial stress, and a poor credit score which could affect her future financial goals. In conclusion, by following the debt avalanche method and improving her spending habits, Nur Aisyah can reduce her debt burden, improve her cash flow, and achieve better long-term financial stability.
This slide shows the saving goal for Nur Aisyah. Based on current financial situation, she earned RM3,500 per month and saved RM300 monthly, which is only 8.6% of her income. This is below the recommended saving rate of 20% because she has high expenses and credit card debt. For her short-term goals, which can be achieved within a year, we suggest building an emergency fund of RM1,000 to RM3,000. She should also reduce unnecessary spending such as entertainment and online shopping by around 30 to 40%. At the same time, she should increase her credit card repayment to reduce her debt faster. For long-term goals, within 3 to 5 years, she should save at least 20% of her monthly income and build an emergency fund that can cover for 3 to 6 months of living expenses, and start investing in options such as ASB, unit trust, or EPF. Overall, these saving goals can help Nur Aisha improve her financial stability and reduce her debt. It also can achieve better financial security in the future.
Good morning everyone, my name is AFRINA. For this section, I will present the insurance planning and retirement planning for our client Nur Aisha binti Ahmad. Nur Aisha is a 25 years old administrative executive with a monthly income of 3,500. Currently, she spends 120 per month on basic insurance. However, her current insurance coverage is limited and she does not have a comprehensive medical card. This creates a financial risk because unexpected medical expenses can become a major burden, especially since her emergency fund is almost zero. Besides that, Nur Aisha already has several financial commitments, including 8,500 in credit card debt, 6,000 personal loan, and 12,000 PTPTN loan. The first priority for Nur Aisha is to upgrade her current insurance coverage by getting a comprehensive medical card. The main purpose of a medical card is to protect her from unexpected healthcare expenses, such as hospitalization, surgery, specialist treatment, and emergency medical care. Since Nur Aisha is still young, purchase a medical insurance at age 25 is generally more affordable compared to buying it at an older age. Having a medical card is important because it prevents large medical bills from reducing her saving or forcing her depends on credit cards. For example, if she experiences a serious illness or requires surgery, the medical card can help to cover the treatment costs and reduce the financial pressure. The second recommendation is term life insurance. Currently, Nur Aisha does not have dependents, but she has future responsibility because she plans to support her parents and future children. Once her monthly cash flow becomes more stable and she can reduce her debt burden, she should consider purchasing affordable terms life insurance. We suggest a coverage amount between 300,000 until 500,000 depending on her financial ability. The purpose of insurance is to provide financial protection for her family if unexpected situation happen. For example, if she passes away unexpectedly, the insurance payout can help support her parents or future children and reduce their financial burden. However, because she currently has limited savings and high debt, improving her cash flow should become first before committing to higher insurance premiums. Next, I will explain Nur Aisha retirement planning. Although Nur Aisha is only 25 years old, retirement planning should start early because she has a longer period to accumulate saving. Her target retirement age is 60 years old, which gives her 35 years to prepare for retirement. However, her current financial situation creates challenges. Most of her income is already used for monthly expenses and debt repayment. After deducting her expenses, she only has around 300 remaining each month. This makes it difficult for her to build saving and invest for long-term goals. Next, her higher interest credit card debt reduced the amount of money available for retirement investment. The first recommended retirement instrument is EPF or KWSP. EPF should become the foundation of Nur Aisha retirement savings because it is a long-term saving platform designed for Malaysian employees. Our recommendation is for her to continue making regular EPF contributions and avoid unnecessary withdrawals.
The advantage of EPF is that for her saving have the opportunity to grow through annual dividends over a long period. Since Nur Aisha is still young, maintaining consistent contribution for the next 35 years a significant support for her retirement goals. The second recommended investment instrument is Amanah Saham Bumi Putra or ASB. ASB is suitable for Nur Aisha because it is a beginner-friendly investment option with lower risk compared to direct investment in stock. However, because she currently has credit card debt, we recommend that she reduce her debt first before increasing her invest amount. After improving her financial situation, she can start with a small amount, for example, 100 to 200 per month. This can help her develop a consistent saving habit while gradually building additionally wealth for retirement.
Next, tax planning recommendation for our client Nur Aisha binti Ahmad. Although Nur Aisha has a stable monthly income, proper tax planning can help her reduce her tax liability legally and improve her overall financial position. By making full use of the available tax relief, she can keep more of her income for savings and debt repayment. The first recommendation is to claim all eligible tax relief, particularly EPF contributions and lifestyle tax relief where applicable. Eligible lifestyle expenses may include internet subscriptions, books or laptop purchases. This relief can reduce her taxable income and lower the amount of tax payable. The second recommendation is to maintain proper tax records by keeping her EA form, salary slips, receipt and other supporting documents. This will make it easier for her to claim tax relief accurately. Lastly, Nur Aisha should submit her income tax return on time and stay updated with the latest tax relief announced by LHDN each year to ensure she maximizes all available tax benefits. In conclusion, effective tax planning will help Nur Aisha reduce her tax burden legally, increase her disposable income, and strengthen her long-term financial planning.
This slide explains the estate planning for Nur Aisha. Although she is still single and has limited asset, it is still important for her to start estate planning early. First, we recommend that she prepare a will. A will is a legal document that ensures her assets such as her EPF savings, bank account and also personal belongings are distributed according to her wishes. It also helps to reduce the risk of family dispute in the future. Second, Nur Aisha should nominate beneficiary for her EPF account, life insurance and also bank's account. By making these nominations, the transfer of her asset will be faster, easier and more efficient for her loved one. Lastly, her assets should be distributed based on her wishes. For example, her EPF savings account can be given to her parents, while her bank savings and personal belongings can be distributed to her nominate beneficiary or other family members. In conclusion, starting asset planning early is a smart financial decision. It protects her assets and ensures they are distributed according to her wishes. Also can reduce potential family conflict and provide financial security for her loved one in the future.
In conclusion, Aisha's financial situation reflects the challenges faced by many young adults today. Although she has a stable income, poor spending habits and reliance on credit cards have made it difficult for her to achieve financial stability. Through our financial planning recommendations, we have proposed practical strategies in 6 key areas, which is in debt management, saving goals, insurance planning, retirement planning, tax planning and estate planning. These strategies will help her reduce her debt, build an emergency savings, protect herself against financial debts, prepare for retirement, legally reduce her tax burden, and ensure her assets are managed properly. With consistent financial discipline, responsible spending, and long-term planning, Aisha can gradually achieve financial security, independence, and better quality of life.